Hey everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back, welcome back. I hope that you're all doing wonderful today. Summer is coming closer. All right, I don't know where y'all live at, but I know here in Maryland, the weather's bipolar here. All right, if you ever heard anything about Maryland, know that the weather is all over the place, but it's finally, getting good. It's feeling hot outside, and I hope that y'all know y'all going to the pool, playing basketball, whatever y'all love, enjoy doing. It's finally the weather. At least here, it's finally getting to that weather to be able to do that. But we're not here to talk about the weather. All right, we're here to get down to talk about the environment today. More specifically, we're going to be talking about why it is so important to protect the environment. Now, I made a video on ways that we can help the environment, but some of you may be thinking, yeah, that's good, that's great, but why am I going out of my way to do these things? So in this video, that's what we'll discuss. Why is it so important to do things that, again, is going to help protect the environment? Well, number one, saves lives. I know what you're thinking. What do you mean it saves lives? Like, I've never heard the environment saving anyone's life on the news. You may have not heard that, but have you ever heard of wildfires, global warming, overharvestation? Those are all effects that we have caused. So if we can combat that, that is going to help save lives as a whole. Okay? Because you have to think, not only that, things like extinction doesn't just happen out of nowhere like it used to. I mean, naturally extinction does happen, but there's been things where humans are a huge contributing factor to things like extinction of the species. So it really does not only save the lives of humans, but saves the lives of other animals as well, which is going to get into the next point of it does help protect animals. Now you're thinking, I love my dog, I love my cat, but why do I care about the lives of other animals, Elijah? Please tell me. I mean, again, yeah, they're cute little creatures, but they don't care about us. Well, look, believe it or not, here on this earth, we're a huge, gigantic team. We all work together. Yes, we have our predators, our apex predators, our prey, but I lie to you not, we all need each other, right? We really do. Without having certain animals, it's going to cause other species to overpopulate, and that causes other issues. So when we do kill off a certain amount of animals, again, that has long-lasting effects. I mean, a huge thing right now that we're dealing with is overharvestation, right? Or overharvesting animals. Not only your farm animals, but animals in the sea as well. I mean, I believe it's around 90% of ocean species have been depleted. Not completely to zero, but 90% of species have seen a decline, right? And again, whose fault is that? Again, it's not just some natural occurrence. It's us. We're doing things that cause this when we can make a change. So really just think about it. Take yourself out of the picture. Really think about the bigger picture, because I'm going to say it again. Here on this planet on Earth, it is not a one-man show. I know humans, we think we the top dogs. We can do everything by ourselves. But that is not how things work. I promise you, even think about factory farming, how inhumane that can be. No, I'm not here to argue. Guys, be vegetarian. I eat chicken. I just ate some chicken wings. You're probably thinking, what are you talking about then, E? Look, again, it's the overconsumption of it, right? We are putting a lot of effort, putting a lot of energy into harvesting these animals at a high rate to match what we want, right? Because we're like, oh, I want chicken or I want beef. So guess what? They had to do this to get to the consumer, to give what the consumer wants. But how about we look ourselves in the mirror and say, wow, my greed, my want is causing a lot of harm. You know how much fertilizer goes into things like that and goes into our food, antibiotics, right? I mean, these animals are they just fill them up with food, again, antibiotics, and guess what? It is all going to come back to us because guess what? We're eating them. So what they eat is going to eventually come on us. That's why you ever heard of diseases like, oh, if you eat too much of this, you might catch this. Again, think. It's very important to think outside of yourself, outside of what you want, outside of the human landscape. It is bigger than just us. The environment is the entire planet. Okay? So it's not as simple as you may think it is. I promise you it is not. And I say this a lot. I want you guys to educate yourselves. I want you to inform yourself. Like, even in this video, I'm not telling the full story. So after you click off this video, I want you to really look into the things I'm saying. Seriously educate yourself on the huge effects. I mean, even on the last video I made about the environment, I said a way we can reduce water is by, turning off the water, right? But you want to know what most of our water is used for? Agriculture. An excessive amount of water is used for agriculture. Think of something as little as beef. I don't think you guys understand how much water is needed, how much water is used to make beef. Okay, now I don't have the exact numbers. Okay, I don't have it on the top of my head. That's why I'm suggesting to you guys to look it up for yourselves. Another thing that I want you guys to do, right now, some of you may be thinking, why you want me to look this up? You supposed to be telling me. Look, again, all right, I don't have all the exact answers. I have a summary of information that I want to convey to you guys so you guys can look up for yourselves, because at the end of the day, I'm not your parent. I can't hold your hand on everything. I want you guys to want to look out and go find this information. Another thing I want you guys to look up is a carbon footprint calculator. Now, what this is going to do, right, you're going to put in a certain information, right, and it's going to show you what life would look like if everyone lived life just like you. Now, for some of us, right, would look great. But for most of us, life would look horrible if everyone lived the exact same way we did the exact same things we do. And I think we truly do not understand. There are people out here, think about world hunger. Again, protecting the environment can do things like help not save, but combat world hunger. So again, just think outside of yourself for just one moment, find this information out, and use it to your advantage to help the environment. Another thing about it is when you protect the environment, right, you're going to conserve our natural resources, because believe it or not, well, no, it's not believe it or not, because it's just really bad at this point, but we're using too many resources at too quick of a time frame that the planet can redistribute to us, right? It can't recreate this in a quick enough time span because we're just using too much at one time, okay? We all heard of fossil fuels, right? We use a lot of fossil fuels for almost everything, right? It takes a lot of energy, and there's plenty of ways we can conserve on that. There's things like solar energy, right? We can do things through solar energy, but no, we don't do that. We don't, right? We do things like gas, right? Coal, all these other things that, again, the earth cannot replicate soon enough for us. And guess what? What is that going to mean for the future generations? Because it's just going to be a cycle. It's going to literally be to the point where we just mess things up for everybody else in the future, because then they're not going to have enough energy or resources to do certain things. So it's so important to protect the environment, because again, I keep saying this throughout the video, stop thinking just for yourself. Think about the future as well, because it's going to, conserving these natural resources is literally just going to be beneficial. Okay, we are over consumers. It is as plain as that. We are over consumers, and we need to reflect and understand why that is such a negative thing. That's why I keep saying throughout this entire video, please, after you click off this video, I seriously want you to just look up something as simple as, why is it so important to protect the environment? How can I protect the environment? Why consuming so much meat is negative to the environment? Factory farming, right? Fossil fuel. Look up these things. Inform yourself. Again, if you have time to be on TikTok, you had time to watch this YouTube video, you have time to look up these things. I don't want to hear any excuse of, oh, I don't have time to do this, or, no. Us as human beings, like I said in the beginning of the video, we're a huge team. It's going to take all of our effort. Just me doing something is not going to be enough. Just me and my neighbor doing something isn't going to be enough. All right? We all have to play our part. Simply, we all have to play a part. Now, of course, there's going to be people who are just ignorant and just will not stay on that. But if we can raise the numbers of people who actually care and want to protect the environment and actually put in action to do that, again, it's just going to be a beneficial future for everyone, even including those people who are ignorant, because they're still going to benefit from the fact that the environment is being protected. They may not know it in the moment, because they might be thinking about, oh, what about my farm? I can't use fertilizer, even though it's getting into the water and causing too much. I'm not going to use scientific terms, because you guys are not going to know what the heck I'm talking about. But killing off animals, to put it plainly, and all this fertilizer is eventually killing off animals in these rivers, but I'm getting paid, right? That's what some of these people think. That's why they don't care, because it's a lot of monetary value that they put on a scale above just life, to put it plainly. They put money over other people's lives, not only animals' lives, but people's lives, okay? Because there's such thing as called, which would be in the next point, protecting the environment protects against environmental justice, okay? Or injustice, I mean. So And no, I'm not trying to be one of the people to just throw race into things, but it's just true. Environmental justice is just the idea that there are certain, think about your communities, right? And communities that are just poor, have a lot of problems with it. What do a lot of these communities have in common? What are their predominant ethnicity in these communities, right? We all know they're usually minorities, all right? I wasn't just thinking about black people. I mean, black people are a huge part of that as well, but minorities in general. Okay, a lot of minorities suffer from this. And no, this is not a battle between minorities and white people at all. Okay, because that is not what this is about. But there are systems put in place that again go against them. So, and guess what? They can't do much about it because, as I said in the previous video, a lot of environmental factors, it just comes down to money. I know you're probably thinking, how does the environment? Yes, the environment and money go hand in hand because there's ways to solve these problems, but guess what? You need money to back up to solve things. So protecting the environment is going to be important because you're protecting, like I said, you're saving lives, you're protecting other people, you're protecting the future. Okay, think of all of this. Do not be as ignorant to say, well, life is good over here. You know, I don't have any issues. You don't have any issues right now. And just because you don't have any issues doesn't mean what you're doing isn't affecting others and causing others issues. And again, I'm not just talking about humans, animals. I mean, what if someone was just smoking so much or doing just horrible things and it caused your dog to die? You would be very upset. You might try to you would try to do something about that. Guess what? These other animals, these other species matter just as much, okay? Humans are not the only people that matter on this earth. We all matter. We're all important to keep the cycle going, to keep life going. It's checks and balances, okay? But humans, we're doing a lot of the checking right now. Let's be honest, we're doing a lot of checking and we're not balancing as enough as we need to. So again, just consider that. Now the last thing, I know I'll be honest, I went through a lot in that last spill. But the last thing I want you guys to know on why it's so important to protect the environment is going to be simple. It's because it's the right thing to do. Now, I know a lot of times the right thing to do is the hard thing to do, and we love to go the easy route. Let's just be honest. We love taking the easy route, but it is the right thing to do. And don't do what's easy. Do what's right. Yeah, it may be hard, but it's the right thing to do. So keep that in mind. Do I want to just take this easy way out? Do I want to do a cop out, or do I want to do the right thing? Again, it's not about being perfect. It's not about doing everything right. It's not about being vegetarian. No, it could be something as simple as, hey, yeah, I do eat chicken, but I go to farm raise. I make sure that where I get the chicken, there isn't too much like negative things going on. They're not putting a lot of things into the chicken. It's farm raised. Like, actually look into where you're getting your food from, even if it's not that, because even that can be a lot to some people. I mean, even myself, I'm working on it, right? I'm not perfect. A lot of these things that I mentioned, I need to work on myself. But even if you're not, that's too much for you, okay, let me eat meat 3 days out the week, right? Or if that's too much for you, okay, I'm only gonna eat, let's say you eat 3 meals a day, I'm gonna make sure one of my meals does not have any meat in it, because we don't need meat for every meal, right? Something as little as that is going to have a positive effect, okay? Because again, it's not going to be perfect. And I mean, being a vegetarian honestly is one of the most beneficial things you could do. But that's a hard change. We're just so used to it. I don't think I could be vegetarian myself, right? So look at alternative methods to help out. Okay, just think of alternative methods that are going to be beneficial and they're going to protect the environment. Because like I said, it's the right thing to do. It's going to protect everybody. It's going to be beneficial for everybody. Even for people who don't think it and they're just focused on the monetary value of it. Again, life is more important than money. All right. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please share this video. This is a very important video that I want to be shared. Please like and subscribe. Again, please. No, it is very important to protect the environment. But as always, hope you guys have a great day, a great week, and peace out.